Welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, Ariel and I are catching up on two kind of mild weeks of wrestling. From some surprises that had us hyped to storylines that kind of left us scratching our heads. We break it all down and discuss what we think is really going on. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on! Primo. What's up, man?
What's going on, dude? How are you?
Good, man. Good. Just good in life, right? Just a quick
good in life. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an entry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because something's on the brain now.
Yeah.
Good in life.
Yeah.
Means everything outside of Primoville here, is good. But yes, okay, good. So what's going on in life? Life's good. Todo bien?
Yes. Life is good. In my life, everything's good. The work is I just had my last day of my old job. I start my new job next week. Excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited for the training. I'm excited to just get into something new, so that's exciting.
Great.
Also the work environment, right? The work environment previously was very toxic, so like now it's where we're going into a better direction.
Freeing. Yes. It's like exiting WCW.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
You're like Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, there you go.
See that?
I love that. It always comes back to wrestling. But speaking of wrestling, right?
Do we have to?
Yeah, I know. And that's what I meant by my statement earlier. Is just that everything in life is great, but wrestling the last 2 weeks, especially WWE, has just been not as entertaining or as fun as I was hoping it would be. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you feel the same way. I don't know, but I can't wait to get into it with you, man, because I feel like there's not a lot to discuss of product wise, but there's just a lot to discuss as fans, in general. You know?
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. First of all, thank you for joining us again, as always.
Yeah.
We just kind of jumped into it because there's feelings here. There's feelings. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you because the product is still, once again, the in-ring product is great. Javon Evans and Penta versus Los Garzas this past week was fantastic. Sami Zayn, another great match.
4 for 4, yeah.
And then the in-ring stuff is great. I think we're tiring on storylines. I think we're souring on characters. I think it's been a bunch of the same guys for quite some time now, and it's time to maybe do some movements, or if you're serious about keeping Raw and SmackDown and NXT separate, then let's make them separate and let's just
I'm glad you said
revamp, restyle, redo, redraft, let's do something like that, because I am in a bad place with WWE right now. Not in a bad place. I'm in a bummed place. I'm bummed. Usually just fuck bummer, man. You go to the movies and you're just like, man, all right, this is supposed to be dope, man. You come out and you're like, man, fuck it, man. It's that. It's bummer, man. It's because, and I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant, and I'm sorry I've been talking for a minute and a half already. But it's just because I feel like it's, once again, TKO is a lot to do with it, because of the fact that pushing and selling some of the same old stuff is what they do and what works. The was it the chairman or whatever of TKO came out and said it. He was like, yeah, Vince targeted his prices towards families. We're not going to do that, or something like that. So you're telling us it's some money grab, motherfucker. You telling us, and now, that trickles down because, this is what works. The nostalgia aspect of what works. These guys, are the names. So let's just keep rotating them in and out of the same fights over and over again and find different ways to kind of mix them in and just change the mid-card talent around them until someone gets hurt or really lucky and pushed up to the next level. I don't know. It's annoying.
You said something really good there, and I totally forgot about that part. But you're right. they put their intentions out there in regard to the product, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not targeting families. We're targeting, the highest bidder because these ticket prices are ridiculous." But you know something? That's probably the reason why NXT has gotten so much better because they're not. I heard Shawn Michaels say in a podcast that NXT is not a money generating event. They're
Mhm,
just starting to branch out, and that's why they had like No Mercy in Fort Lauderdale, and
mhm,
obviously to compete with AEW as well. But they're mostly like all the shows that happen at Full Sail in Orlando. Those are
mhm.
free. I get the emails every week. Hey, come claim your free tickets to NXT on Tuesday. The issue is I can't drive 2 hours to go see NXT, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
Tuesday.
Down a Tuesday,
But
yeah, it's 4 hours in the car.
it's free. And in that same vein, right, that's probably why the story is more entertaining on NXT. You saw that Ricky Saints just became the champion, dethroned Obafemi.
Yep.
No Mercy was fantastic. The NXT TNA Showdown, event that's happening where
That
they're
when
gonna
is
have
that coming up? That's coming up,
that
like, this week?
that's this week,
Alright.
and it's like a Survivor Series traditional styles,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
like,
dude,
that I
they're
wanna
all the
watch.
things. They're
Like,
doing all the right things.
yeah, like, why are we not doing this on the main roster? Like,
Mhm.
why? Like, this you obviously have the writing talent to do it.
Right.
You obviously do, and you
Yeah.
definitely have the in-ring talent to pull it off. Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, and these are the questions as fans that we wanna know, we wanna try to figure this out. I mean, obviously, everybody has their theories, everybody has their thoughts, but at the end of the day, we're tuning in every week, looking forward to something good. And
Right.
you know what's funny? It's funny, and we could just jump into it as well. I took a page out of your book and I wrote notes. Like I'm
Notes.
writing down notes because
No.
I like actually writing it down
Yeah,
and stuff.
because it also
There's something
helps
to it,
you, like, committing it to memory. There's something
right?
about it. I don't know personally for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
no, I like it. So kudos to you, sir. I
know.
definitely love that. But as I was writing my notes for Raw from 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
the word that kept coming up was tripping. And the reason why I say tripping is because
Mhm.
I felt like everybody's character was tripping. Jey Uso tripping.
Yeah, why are you tripping? He was tripping
Bailey
hard. James was
tripping.
tripping hard.
You know what I mean? Like, what's it called? Seth Rollins tripping because, Cody's saying that he's QB1 and he's like, no, what does that put me? Like LA Knight tripping.
Oh, that's tripping.
Everybody's tripping. And I was like,
Yeah,
so everybody just has a problem?
yeah.
Everybody like what are we doing, guys?
I mean that's kind of the whole point of it. Yes, that there is supposed to be conflict, so there can be resolution. But I
I
mean,
guess.
yeah, but there's I mean, like it seems kind of overdone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like overdone, like too much.
Io
Like
Sky tripping. Oh,
no,
Asuka is family.
I
And Rhea's like, I'm trying to
I
help you, girl. And then
I am
Asuka trips at the end.
so cringy with that whole soap opera that I loved 2 weeks
Mhm.
ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I was pro this thing. I am so cringy with this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get it. There's a certain stigma when it comes to you know Chinese and Japanese culture and the cartoons and the anime
Right.
and the ways that
The
some of the girls are
K-pop,
portrayed
all that stuff
laughing, the
that's hot right
K-pop, the
now.
Demon
Yeah.
Hunters that is really really. I mean, my son loves I know all them Demon Hunter songs. Hunt tricks, don't miss till it's done done done. I'll tell you right now. All right, like this. I get it, but it's just gotten really bad to the point where I'm just like, oh man,
Yeah, this is not that. Please don't do that to
you
these characters.
and that's what I'm saying because it's not even the character. Like, it's Io Sky,
Yeah.
it's Rhea Ripley, it's Asuka, Kyrie Sane. These are formidable
Heavy hitters.
athletes.
These are all
You
heavy hitters in their own right.
three world champions, and one could be given the right push. Kyrie Sane is very good in ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I Kyrie Sane could easily be a champion. So this to me has now taken a hard left, which is another thing that I think is bothering me is some of the stuff that is taking hard lefts where I'm like, really?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'll be it, and I hate to be that guy. I do,
Be that guy,
but
Primo. Please.
I mean, some of this seems, I don't want to say it seems, but some of this seems race based.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's be realistic. You have you own, or your partnership is with Triple A, right? Like you should be elevating your Latino talent as much as you possibly can. But they elevated on that show, and then they get buried on SmackDown,
Right. Ray Phoenix.
and then they get buried. Ray Phoenix. Okay, so you've put Ray Phoenix with everybody. You're trying to tag Ray Phoenix with everybody just to not have him tag with Penta because you botched him coming in.
Yep.
That's the problem. Ray Phoenix was not given the proper push he should have as a single superstar. He should have been in contention for one of those belts, those mid card belts early, or you should have brought him in, put the tag belts on him earlier on, and called it a day and given him some kind of status. You didn't,
Yep.
and now you can't walk him in with Penta because, and what you're doing to Penta with the War Raiders is some bullshit too.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we're just getting 6-man matches with the New Day, and once again the botching of the New Day.
Bro, I'm telling you. I think and I think that's what's frustrating about the whole product as a whole the last 2 weeks. First of all, each show opened up with WrestlePalooza recaps, making it look amazing. It wasn't amazing.
It was
wasn't
not
that
good.
at all.
It was not good.
Right?
No.
So that's one. Two, I think that's the additional frustration of us as fans watching the product we're going through is that you don't know what direction all these people are going. Some storylines are kind of clear, and it's like, okay, we get a division. They're building up to. I'm looking forward to Seth and Cody at Perth. I am. I mean, because they're doing great job, like great work together.
Because Seth is going to win.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm good with it. So I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. I'm not excited.
But then everybody else, it's going in different directions. Like 1 minute, Miz and Mello are good, and now they break up this week. Like you said, you throw Ray Phoenix into these segments. Homeboy is not looking good, unfortunately, the way he's presenting himself. And it kind of makes you sad because, like you said, on Raw, Penta is killing it, but then Ray Phoenix is just like fumbling everywhere on SmackDown. Don't even get me started on the triple threat, the women's triple threat. That was a hard watch. That was really
Botch Fest 2025.
Oh my gosh, it was rough. And you know what? And it's hard to place blame on any of the talent. I just felt like it was an off night for everybody. Everything looked scary. Everything looked like, oh my goodness, please end this because everybody's
Someone's
not looking
really
going to
get hurt.
Yes. It's been a
Jade's
rough
face got busted.
Yes. And that's like, and that's hard for everybody. I mean, you can't do that. That's the moneymaker, man. Like what?
Man. No.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Obviously, we have a lot of feelings and a lot of things with this, and we just don't know what's happening. And unfortunately, because of all these, fumbles, we're gonna call for the past 2 weeks on Raw and SmackDown, NXT is shining. NXT is looking fantastic right now. TNA is looking fantastic right now. AEW is looking fantastic right now. They were just in Lakeland, Florida, which is like an hour away from here. Yeah. Our boy Cha is on Collision tonight, bro. He's gonna be like, you get what I'm saying? Like our eyes are shifting to other products because it's happening. It's happening. Like I get it. They're not gonna be all home runs. I get it. Everything's not gonna be perfect. But come on, dude. What are we doing?
Not everything's gonna go. You're not gonna go, 10 for 10. That's not gonna happen. Like some segments are gonna miss. But it just seems like previously it's been more hits than misses, and now we're on more misses than hits.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, this is like the downward spiral or whatever, but it feels like we're coming into a lull, which for wrestling is bad.
Yeah.
It's not good. I mean, this is, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but like the lull like this is kind of when Eric Bischoff said, all right, let me do something really big and splashy and just kind of take eyes somewhere else for a little while. And then, you have to revamp and rebrand and, come up with everything new. Not like, once again, not saying that's going to happen because AEW already exists and you have all the CCWs of the world and, things like that. So, but it feels like it's getting a little stale, which for wrestling is bad. And it's just, I don't know why it is because it almost feels like because of the fact that Hunter's just resigned to having to do it, that he's just like not even trying to fight anymore or trying to, where old Hunter would have like snuck something in or done something like this feels very formulaic and very just on brand.
Not his control anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Seth Rollins is gonna win the champion versus champion. Vicarious gonna win the champion versus champion. Like I can call damn near this whole thing. It's annoying. It's frustrating. Especially because of the fact that the money now has become such a huge issue. because I still don't even know if I can watch this PL or this ESPN thing, and I have the ESPN Plus things now. Like, is that ESPN whatever this new one is?
Yeah.
Like, it's this constant money grab, and then there's all those memes, this much has been withdrawn from your account, and then the girl is like, "Oh, is it what I think it is?" And like a picture of a wedding ring, and
Yeah,
no,
like,
it's
nope.
tickets to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Laura
$16,000? Like, what the?
Laura was like, I wish you would. Like,
You kidding me? If I took out $500, Amanda would be like, "The fuck did you do?" Huh? What? Like, no
Yeah.
way, man. No, it's uh, where it feels like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
It feels like a slap in the face,
and
and I know it's not. And that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
from a WWE aspect, I don't. No, I can't say that. I don't think they're trying too hard to slap us in the face, but I think it's this TKO shit.
Yeah.
It's this corporate nonsense. I think that it's just kind of like, hey, man, make money, do this. Because now we're going to have another, because here comes the bloodline again. Here comes the bloodline again. And that was what? 3 years of wrestling where the bloodline dominated, and that's all you heard?
Yeah. And it's funny. And then because of the lack of attention that we've been given to WWE the last 2 weeks, like I said, it forces you to look at other products. It forces you to listen to other things. I was listening to Chris Van Vliet. He had another content creator on there. I think his name is Santi Zap. He's the one that does the funny reactions. WWE always uses his clips, but they said something really interesting, and I wanted to have this discussion with you because I agree with them. And actually, I think have said this before in other episodes, but I just wanted to retouch that. But look at the level of talent that we have on the roster at this point in time. It is kind of like the ruthless aggression era where, there is people that could stand up to the plate if given the chance. So remember during that time when that was going on, and I always forget the year, but I think they called it out. I think it was like in 2000 or 2001 where there was 11 champions in 1 year. Like, right. But why was that? Because you had Eddie Guerrero, you had Kurt Angle, you had Undertaker, you had Brock Lesnar, you had Batista, you had all these people that in their own way, shape, or form were a superstar. And I feel like we have that now.
Yep.
You could have an 11 champion year throwing in Mello, The Miz, Montez Ford, Ray Phoenix, Penta, Dominic, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens when he comes back. Like, why do we have to go back to these long reigning like championship reigns? Like, because here's my thought. And the reason why I even brought all that up, because this whole time Gunther's been gone. So what's going to happen when Gunther comes back? Like he's going to lose to Cody or he's going to lose to Seth if they're still champion? Like, come on, man. You can't have a dominant champion like that for years come back to lose. Or even worse, he comes back and he challenges Sammy for the belt. You're going to have Sammy be the guy to beat him again? Come on, a SmackDown instead of a PLE? Come on, dude. I mean, this is where my mind goes. It's like, again,
he's beating Sam. If he comes back and does that, he's beating Sam. But
the point is, like, let's go back to that. Let's go back to the unpredictability, because then now you force us to watch Monday and Friday, because if a champion happens on Monday, and he could, if he wins it at the PLE, and he could lose it, 2 Monday Night Raws from then. Like, we have to watch then, right? We're not getting that. It's a struggle the last 2 weeks to watch. And I was even going to tell you, I was like, you know what, bro? I think it's going to get to a point where I'm like, we might have to just divvy up the corresponding. I'm going to have you handle WWE, and I'm going to have to start watching NXT and AEW, bro, just to be entertained, man. It's crazy.
Sure, man.
It's wild. It's wild.
No, it's like I said, and once again, I mean, I'm beating the horse. It's already dead. It's in the ground. It's TKO.
Yeah.
Because as I'm saying, if the ability to be able to make moves like that, once again, because you have the talent, but you also have the ability and the want to switch that shit up, which is what Vince did. Now, Vince, for so many things, is a maniacal, egotistic, just terrible human being, probably 90 ways around. The one thing he did get is shock and doing stuff like that, changing stuff like that, keeping it fresh. where TKO once again is very formulaic and it's very, this is what's working, so we're going to use it. The Rock is the biggest, star in the world, so we're going to do everything with him and his family. Because remember that whole Cody Rhodes thing where, it was Rock came out, was like, me and Roman Reigns are going to headline WrestleMania. And everyone's like, whoa, this motherfucker just won the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, so it's stuff like that. It's unfortunately, because Hunter no longer has the power to do it, stuff like that can't happen.
Yeah.
Unless he does it, and then he's got to answer to that. Now, then the question becomes, is it easier to ask for forgiveness than permission? Some people think that way.
Yeah.
But also, is that the case when it's your company, your family's company, your wife's father's, grandfather's company? Like, this is shit.
You gotta step in line. You do.
You
He's in a tough spot.
It's and then unfortunately, I think if TKO would kind of break the reins, because once again, we're talking TKO. They do MMA too. Focus on that shit over there.
Right. Yeah, generate some money there. Don't cash
do
out
that.
WWE.
Don't do that. It's like the Knicks. Okay, the Knicks and the Rangers, owned by Jim Dolan. My New Yorkers, y'all know this. I'm sorry, I'm bringing a painful sit. Owned by James Dolan. Okay, both teams. He gets involved. He's involved. Shit. Nothing. Both in the tank for years. Playoff droughts, horrible players, bad trades, Dolan lays off the Rangers a couple years ago, bunch of years back. Dolan lays off the Rangers. Henrik Lundqvist, bang, we're playoff bound. Bang, we're a number 1 seed. Bang, we're relevant here in New York. Hockey is back. Why? He stopped. He didn't know what the hell he was doing, so he let go. A couple years ago, he brings in Leon Rossi. Let's go to the Knicks. Where are we now? Yeah. Eastern Conference final bound, NBA final bound. If we have the talent, we have basketball minds now doing these things. It's that process of thinking. It's TKO being him in this instance. Let Hunter do what he does. Let Michaels do what he does. Let these guys do what they do. To your point, Michaels is showing it. He's doing it on NXT.
Rocking it, bro.
Give them the power to do it. They're the minds.
Yeah.
Be the corporate. Be the back. Be the wallet. Be the money. I like it too at my job, my management. I need you to be a firefighter and put out things when there's happening. I'm your ambassador here. I'm your bartender. I'm your guy. Trust me, we're going to be fine. I need you to put out fires when you can. I need you to back it out. That's what TKO needs to do. They need to let Hunter work. Let him be the face of what he can be, and then come back in cases of this. Like, okay, I have to now stop this. There's a problem with this blah blah blah. I mean, once again, I could just be rambling, but I'm trying to liken it to things that I know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But you know what? To be fair, though, there were a couple of things that I wrote that I did like. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Let's do some positive. We've been bitching for 20 minutes.
Yeah, for real. So, like this past Monday Night Raw, right? I did like that the show actually opened up with Rhea. I was very happy with that because when we've been watching the last couple of months, it's always been The Vision or LA Knight or the Usos, something involving all of them because they have problems with each other. It was a fresher breath of air to be able to open up the show with Rhea, have her come out. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Now, obviously, to your point, this is strategic. It's not so much that they want to give Rhea time. It's because the next PLE is Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. She's the face of that campaign. Obviously, you should open up the show with her. But if you forgot all that and you just got lost in the moment for 5 seconds, you were like, oh, this is nice. I like this. So that was positive. I like that.
Not brown. Yeah. No, it was solid. Because that's been like, all right, great. How much longer? Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Entonces, and then I did like the interaction with Dom and Penta, right? After his match with Rusev and obviously, having to cheat to win and all that. I like when he was talking to Braxton, right? But he was having a conversation with him, and then Penta gets in his face and he's like, the IC title is mine. Yep. And I love that. That gets me excited for that. I hope it does happen in WWE, and I kind of hope it happens in AAA. I kind of hope it goes down a road where he loses both belts to Penta in each platform, right? Like
Well,
lose the IC, in WWE and lose the AAA in AAA. That'd be pretty dope.
my fear there is there's the Rusev is still lingering around
Yeah, Rusev is the man.
because because Dom beat him, but Dom cheated. Dom cheated.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. Cheated.
Yeah.
So we're just pissed. So I don't want Penta to be like, let's maybe we get like a triple threat match where Rusev like beat the shit out of Dom, and then like Penta does like a cool move, and then we win.
Yeah.
But no, it was that's the one of the few storylines that I am still digging is the Dom angle, and how they have maintained this great version of a heel for him, and his in-ring work's getting better. I think very solid match with Rusev. I'd love to see him go one-on-one with Penta and see how that would go. That would definitely be fun. But once again, I want it at a PLE. I don't want it at AAA on YouTube.
On YouTube.
I want it at Survivor Series. I want it at Money in the Bank. I want it at whatever nonsense PLE you're gonna throw at me now. Great American Bash, whatever it's called. I want it there.
Yeah.
I don't want all the luchador stuff on AAA. Stop it.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree. I agree with that. And then I did mention this earlier, but I'm going to circle back to it. I do like the build up for Seth and Cody. Yes, it does feel like we know the outcome because Cody has won 3-0 at this point, so Seth is due a victory whether he cheats or not. But I do like the interaction. I like the stories. I like the parts of realism. I was pleasantly surprised when Cody was like, yeah, no, I could sit here and like run you down. That's wrestling 101. But, I thought you were a friend. You were the Shield. You were the MVP to my win in WrestleMania 40. And I thought, I could see a future where we're the ones calling the shots back there, and a la Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Like one day they could be those guys running the show the way that they are doing that. And I love Seth saying, no, we're not friends. We were never friends. I'm here because I have a clear vision and you're in my way. I am excited for that because when it's just them two, it's believable. It's exciting. We know they both could deliver. It's good stuff.
I mean, they've had great matches. They've had fantastic matches.
Right.
I mean,
but if you bring in like, the Vision and LA Knight and the Usos and everybody, it's like, please mind your business. Let the boys hash it out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, which was kind of my bummer with the end of SmackDown when, Seth has to come out and stomp Randy Orton. Like, mind your business. Aren't you doing, like, understand that, but he's Cody Rhodes' boy, so you do kind of have, like, an in there because now you're upsetting Cody Rhodes by getting his boy. But it's like, to your point, just the two of you are big enough. We don't need, like...
Yeah. And Los Americanos. I love that. I love the debut of more Americanos. That was fantastic.
These bums. And then they give him like this is once again where I think you're missing a golden opportunity because what's their names?
Bravo and something. I forgot the other one.
Like, okay, you want to really fucking do something? You name them fucking Tom and Dick. Like you give them just regular names. Like, hey, Larry. Like El Grande Americano, Larry. El Grande Americano, Tom. Like you give them just
to piss off
the most Caucasian names you can think of, and they're running around in luchador masks. That's the genius there. That's where I think they missed out on the opportunity.
Yeah. But it was good though. I liked it.
No, it's fun. It's fun because now it's got this little side quirk. Because now it's not just. I think when Gable got hurt, and then this guy Kaiser started doing it, I was like, all right, this is kind of dumb. But now when you get the other two, Bate and Dunn, I'm like, okay, now you got a little kind of faction here working. It's okay. This is fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious to see where that's going. You know what I mean? It's like it feels like an idea that should have never happened, and now it's just running. It's just running on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now you're just like, all right, well, let's see where we can go with it. We're gonna keep you. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I don't know this AAA. Do they have a trios championship? I won't be surprised if we start looking at trios championships.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was one thing I did love about Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
was the trios. Those are, oh man.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I feel like uh, there's just too many titles, and kind of like it's funny that you bring that up because that's how I feel about the women's tag match. Like
Mhm.
now you're bringing Sol Ruka and her partner up and trying to like have a beef with like Charlotte and Bliss, and it's like
Yeah, because they beat Chelsea Green and Alba Fire
I'm just like, come on,
on SmackDown.
guys.
Well, I mean, there you're trying to introduce new talent.
Yeah,
You gotta move some people up from NXT. Yeah, I mean, because the last people you brought up have been what, Julia and Roxanne.
yeah,
They've been around for a minute,
yeah. I know.
so
But
you,
I just feel like they should put a little bit more shine on like Beechin, for example. You know what I mean? Or somebody else, man. Come on.
listen,
Like
man.
give him some shine.
I agree with you, but I think maybe they've tried the beaching angle, and it's. I think maybe they're afraid they maxed out on it, because that's the thing is the problem is in this industry is you have to go to the hot hand, and you're not going to know who has the hot hand until you start throwing hands in.
Yeah.
So you gotta. So unfortunately, and I love Michin. I think Michin's great.
Yeah.
I personally am a big fan. But apparently they don't see her as even someone who's, unfortunately what we call the mid card belt
Yeah.
talent. So they gotta bring in some, especially because now like Piper Niven's hurt for a while. Jade Cargill's gonna be on the shelf for a minute. Bianca's still not back. So you are missing some pieces there that you have to kind of, because you don't want the women's division to be forgotten about.
Right.
You still want to make sure that it's there, because I mean, at some point Tiffany Stratton has to lose sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Now I think that
Please.
Tiffy time needs to. We're good. I was good about 2-3 months ago with it. I think we should be fine now. But I think this is just them having to do the call ups, and the best way to do that generally is through a tag, because
Yeah.
then you bring up two people in one shot. You see how it works.
Yeah.
Less mess on the main roster because it's tag matches. So
Yeah. Yeah, and then a couple of other things that made me happy about like this past Friday's SmackDown was Sammy again 4 for 4, man. This
oh
man going 4 for 4 for match of the week because he's had bangers with John Cena, with Ray Phoenix, with Javon Evans, and now with a Aleister Black,
Aleister Black.
which obviously was impromptu because it was supposed to be Mello, but Mello and Miz broke up, so Miz attacked him and took him out of the shot, and I was just like,
Yeah, Mello don't miss. I was like, oh man, all right. Well, this had to happen.
yeah,
Because the clip before that was like, oh, you were supposed to be there for me, and I took 3 finishers for you. This is what Miz saying to Mello. Mello's like, hey man, like,
we good.
no, we're done. Like, I'm done. Like, he's just like, so it's over. Da, da, da. And then you knew Miz was going to do something. And the minute he came out, I was like, ah, man, he's about to get
Yeah.
fucked up. And then no sooner as those words come out of my mouth, then here comes the Miz, and I'm like, skull crushing finale. Oh, I was like, well, who comes out? I was like, Aleister Black. I was like, okay, this could be quite interesting. I thought they were going to go to the match clean, but Priest came out. Good, because
And I was happy about that. Yes,
get real tired of seeing Damian Priest get kicked in the face and be laid
every
out
week,
the past
bro.
couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get real tired of that shit. It's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks in a row we've done this. Like, no. Puerto Rican from the Bronx, not having it. Not having it. So I thought it was good. I thought, no, like I said, in ring and stuff like that, I think it's just the longevity of some of the stories, and once again, some of the players in the game. Because talent like this, Sami Zayn, Aleister Black, Damian Priest, great.
Yeah,
Great. That segment was great. Once again, the tag match, the Goddess and Javon Evans and Penta, fantastic.
yes.
Let's do that. Let's do more of these, but let's put these on the PLE because these are good. These are good. I understand we're doing the storylines and stuff like that. I get it. We got to find a way to intertwine them. There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, man. Agreed. And actually, those were my 2 happy moments that I wrote. I'm glad you covered it because it was Sammy going 4 for 4, but then also Priest getting his lick back at the end, because you're right. I was getting tired of him getting kicked in the face every week, getting knocked out. And I'm just like, bro, come on. No, unacceptable. But I'm glad he got his moment back.
Raw, Raw, the thing with Raw, if I can talk about the one, this past week's Raw, we had the return of Roman Reigns.
Yes, obviously that's a happy moment. Yes.
So I was like, okay, cool. Like they're taking a little time from shooting Street Fighter or whatever because the boys are both back. Cody and Roman are back. But once again, you're like, because now you start to see at the end of that, because it was the end of it was a Texas Tornado match with the Bronze and the Usos.
Yeah.
And then Roman Reigns comes out to help. And at the end, you
And
see
get his
him,
link
like,
back from Clash in Paris. That's really what it was.
when he got the tsunamis. And he came in and you could see at the end, he was talking to Jay, like, I told you, don't let anybody take you down. Da, 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 da. And he's like, yeah, Uso, yeah. But you see Jimmy in the background, like,
What's happening here?
This
Yeah.
is all kind of reminiscent of how this whole thing started. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see stuff like that because before, wasn't it Jay who was the one who was like, nah, like you can trust Sammy and whether like the one, the outside the box thinker,
Yeah.
where now he's buying into it, it appears, to what Roman's doing. So
Right.
a good switch, a good little dynamic switch there. Once again, enjoying the product. Still think some of the writing is good. Still think some of it works. Yes, this is a good way to bring back the bloodline, but do something different with it. You
Yes.
can't make them as dominant as they were, but you can, kind of play with things so that it's just not the same.
Right. And it's funny that you bring up the bloodline because that was the other happy moment that I like. I really have been liking these Solo Sokoa promos of my family tree, which that's what MFT stands for, by the way. And and I love that every week he's introducing or reintroducing each member again. And the promos have been great and why they're important and what position they play in the family and why, like what's the payoff. And kind of to your point, maybe the payoff is we're rehashing a civil war again, or they're coming for everybody, the Wyatts, whatever the case is, because now they're a force to be reckoned with because now we know who they are and what they're about again. You get what I'm saying? So
And what
that is kind of nice.
they're on like 5 deep, right? Because
Yeah.
it's Solo, it's Tamatanga,
Yeah. And then
Tangaloa,
Tangaloa.
Tama, then the Hikuleo, the big guy Tama, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
and then JC Mateo, right?
Mateo. Yeah.
It's five of these motherfuckers,
Oh, it is 5. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, is Tamatanga back?
I don't think he's back yet.
Oh, okay, but Tagaloa is still there because Tagaloa,
Yeah.
he was the one that had the shoulder injury earlier on. He looks like a broke Don Omar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got like the thing. Got it. All right, yeah, all right, okay.
Dale, baile, reggaeton latino. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, man. And then that's pretty much it. Everything else was just kind of like wah, wah. But that's it, primo. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling not bamboozled, not
Disenfranchised?
indifferent. Yeah, I'm just kind of like sad that there's a disconnect right now. And I think the level of momentum that this company has had in the last 3 to 4 years, to consistently have us watching, to not only that, but also like spawn a freaking podcast, right? I mean, like it was so interesting and so good that we were like, we should talk about this every week. And to get to this point where I'm like, oh no, it's like, are we fading? Is the music fading? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
It's kind of like disheartening, but that's on the WWE front because as we mentioned earlier, hey, wrestling is still
I mean,
rocking everywhere else.
All of the people out there, they know, they hear the interviews we do. They know that it's still alive and well and kicking most other places.
Yeah.
Like I said, there appears to be just a bit of a lull coming, and if you can fight through the lull, you can sit through the lull. Great, unfortunately, some people can't. These were the times where you and I went dark for 6 months, 8 months, a year, whatever it was. I mean, I would always check in and be like, kind of what's happening there, but nowhere near to where I'm watching it now because it's a big commitment. You're asking a lot of time for us. You're asking for 3 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Friday, 2 hours on Tuesday. Whenever Speed is on, there's like Evolve on Tubi for free. Like there's
NWA's on Roku. Like there's wrestling everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, just there's a lot. You're asking a lot. So I think we have to just hone in on some of the finer things. And now, I mean, the cheap answer is we're coming up to the fun stuff because after Crown Jewel is when we start to get to the fun stuff because then we start to get to what Survivor Series used to be. Then the the Rumbles coming up. We know Monday was the elimination chambers after, but like you start coming up to like the meatier part of some of these things.
Yeah,
Start getting on that road to WrestleMania, which is when things kind of really take shape and shit. But it's, once again, to your point, it's a lull. I feel bad because I feel like I've really just been bashing WWE for the past 30 something minutes.
yeah,
But yeah, it's hopefully things start to move in a different direction, or we start to see some changes. Once again, I also think and it stinks because we are talking about talented people, but I'm kind of tired of seeing some of these top guys on this card, again and again, and that includes Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes, man. Hey, man, I think he earned his spot. He did what he had to do. But I think it's time now where, Cody, you can be like, you did it for Cena because it had to be done. I think now we come up to okay, he's going to take it from you.
yeah.
So same thing with Seth Rollins. Once again, you don't need the championship to have an impact.
Right.
You don't. You're good enough to carry a storyline based on whatever else. Fucking Drew McIntyre and CM Punk did a 3-match set over a friendship bracelet. 90 days over a friendship bracelet. All great matches and all solid.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre was the MVP of the year. All the work he did that year. It's doable. But I think it's time to make some changes. To your point, some of the mid-card guys, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, Aleister Black, Penta, and I felt really bad on Monday when I forget who, LA Knight was like, "Oh, Kofi, you has been world champion," and I was like, Kofi, don't take that shit." Man, punch that noche in the mouth.
Yeah.
Nah, man,
like, you don't be making matches. Aldis is like, but I do. Pierce. It was Pierce. He's like, I do, and I'm just like, why they keep doing them like that? But
Kofi, man, like they be kick Kofi's ass too.
Yeah,
Kofi getting his ass kicked.
Yeah,
annoying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bueno, primo. I mean, I think we've complained enough,
Yes,
and our primos out there are like, all right, guys, we get it. You ain't happy right now.
You're annoyed. You're annoyed.
Pero let's just take this opportunity to go ahead and thank every single one of our primos, our listeners, everybody that loves and supports us, that reshares.
Sorry for dragging you down today, primos. Very sorry.
Yes. It was just a rough week for wrestling, for WWE. I'm not going to say wrestling because
for WWE,
because NXT is rocking right now. I was watching this morning. I was like, this is incredible.
We're not knocking the in-ring.
No,
the in-ring is still fantastic. We're not knocking even some of the storytelling, some of the writing. We're knocking the formulaic nature of kind of what's happening, how it just seems kind of ho-hum right now.
Yes.
That's it. Talent is talent, and they're amazing at what they do. We're still watching. We're still talking about the storylines. The last 10 minutes or 5 minutes, we're happy. They're happier things. Like, hey, this was good. This was good. This was good. It's just ho-humness, which, as anybody will tell you when you work in a business, and anyone who's listened to any of our interviews and listen to anybody that we've spoken to, the worst thing you can get in wrestling is silence.
Yeah.
And ho-hum is silence for the fans. So there has to be a splash made.
Exactamente. Bueno, and as we were, signing off, just want to thank everybody. Continue to like, subscribe, primosforlife.com. If you want to get on the show, please hit us up. We'll put you on the calendar. We'll put you on the schedule. We're getting busy. We got more people coming down the line. We got more episodes coming down the line. We got appearances. We got a whole bunch of stuff happening, man. It's exciting stuff. And we're happy that you guys are coming along with us for the ride.
That's right.
And we can't wait to keep going, because if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. So muchas gracias, familia. For real.
Muchísimas gracias, everybody. Thank you very much. Eddie's 100% correct. For all the negative that we just had, we always come out. We have a great time doing this. We had a great time doing this today.
Yeah.
It's just, sometimes some things are worse than others, but we couldn't do this without you guys. Once again, for you guys listening and being our sounding board, and, being our when we're the guys on the couch and you're the person sitting in the chair listening to us. Thank you for that. Thank you for liking, subscribing, telling your friends. Please, if you guys want to talk about anything, come on, pick a pay-per-view, pick a genre, pick something, whatever you want to do. Come on and chat with us for 20, 25 minutes. We're easy to talk to. We're likable people, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
this episode not necessarily withstanding. But thank you guys for everything. We truly appreciate it. We love you guys. We can't do this without you. It's so much more of a fun ride when you're along with us. And we've noticed, the upticks and everything, the social media presence. Please don't forget. Anybody who likes wrestling, throw it on there. Just play it in the background, something like that. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We can't do it without you. And we will see you when we see you.
Yeah, we will see you when we see you. Take care, everybody.
Night.